to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
Today is Tuesday, and we are here to share with you some Catholic podcasts.
Now, make no mistake, you should watch more Catholic YouTubers.
Especially this one.
Especially this one. Watch us more.
This one.
Have you seen all of our episodes?
Again, we're doing a lot of vLent episodes. You should just put it on autoplay and just leave it running.
If you've seen them all,
There is a vLent
watch them
playlist.
again. It gets better the second time around, I swear.
And, man, until you've seen an episode the 8th time, you've never really seen it.
Seriously.
So you should watch us. You should watch a lot of our other Catholic YouTuber friends. But there are times when you just can't be watching Catholic YouTube videos.
No, you can't.
Like when you're driving.
Exactly. Or perhaps when you're at work, you can't watch stuff and focus on your work at the same time. Or at least I can't.
You owe your employer your best efforts. So.
That's right.
But let's take the example of driving.
Sure.
There are a lot of, as we've discussed on Theology Thursdays, a lot of theologically questionable contemporary Christian songs out there.
There are.
So, you should be listening to Catholic podcasts.
Yes.
And thus, we're going to bring you our top 10 Catholic podcasts.
That's right.
Now, because it's vLent and we've got a lot of episodes we need to produce,
We're not going to give them all to you at once.
we're going to be stretching this out over 3 episodes.
That's
It's going to be
right.
great.
Because if we can stretch something out over multiple episodes, we're gonna. It's gonna help us fill our quota.
Do not judge us until you've done vLent yourself. This is hard.
This was a mammoth undertaking, and we are all suffering under the weight of what we agreed to do.
I freely admit, we possibly did not fully consider the implications of what we were committing to.
No. But we are here, and we're trudging through it for you. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna bring you quality. We're gonna bring you quality episodes and good information.
The day the Popish Plot got
Quality
really...
and good. I think that's a little higher.
But
We're gonna bring you mediocre episodes and decent information.
But full of religious purposes and churchy stuff.
Absolutely.
We have more of that than any other Catholic YouTube channel.
Popish Plot. Where do you go for your religiously purposes and churchy stuff?
So, as you will never guess, the first podcast that we are going to talk about is the Armchair Catholic. This is a podcast done by 3 relatively local guys. All of them here in the Diocese of Lansing. 2 of them active employees of the diocese. The third, who's about to be ordained a deacon, is a former employee of the diocese who currently teaches in a Catholic school.
Yes. And when we say local, we mean local to us, of course. Not necessarily local to you, because for all we know, you are watching us from Abu Dhabi.
Your locality may vary. Local to us here
Their locality to you may differ.
Local to us here in Flint.
Yes. But it's a fantastic group. It's a fantastic show done by a group of guys who come on to once a week talk about something something that's particularly Catholic and how it impacts and implies on the life of people who are trying to live out their faith. And
not from the lofty perspective of the hierarchy or theologians.
Nope.
Truly, it is the perspective of the Armchair Catholic.
That's right. These are the Monday quarterbacks of the liturgical world.
Well, they might be, but they've all gone to school. Some studying.
Yes,
they have all been to seminary.
They are all They are all. I'm just saying, they're not the ones calling the shots. They're the ones who are coming around afterwards, saying, here's how I would call the shot.
Now, in the interest of full disclosure, Nate and Jess appear on an episode of the Armchair Catholic when they came to Flint to do a live recording.
Primarily me, but she was there with me.
And the Popish Plot was endorsed on the Armchair Catholic, who said that we were a great bunch of people doing good stuff for the church.
Which means that we are technically approved by our bishop, who, when we told him about our show, only asked if Craig from the Armchair Catholics knew we existed. And he does.
Yep.
And we consider that tacit ecclesiastical approval.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's number 1. Moving on. So, Nate, what do you got?
Well, one of the Catholic podcasts I listen to regularly is the Council of Trent, done by Mr. Trent Horn, who is an apologist for Catholic Answers. He has multiple episodes per week, usually him talking about the theological implications of something in current events or in our world. So, for example, if a news article comes out about something that happened at, say, like the March for Life,
Nothing eventful happened at the March for Life this year.
nothing happened eventful
There was no
there.
blizzard?
There was a different kind of blizzard.
He will of course talk about that and share his view on that and
His counsel.
his counsel, yes. And I happen to really enjoy listening to Mr. Trent Horn talk about theological things.
And of course, he'll be familiar to viewers from our participation in the Why We're Catholic collab a couple months back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he did write that book.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
All right. Jess?
I'm going to go with this time the show Let's Talk. For starters, it's part of the Star Quest production network, which I like pretty much everything I've seen of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
But
Everything you heard of theirs?
yes, heard. Well, you can watch on YouTube just the nothing, just the the front picture when nothing's going on. So it depends on what app I can get running best. But I picked this one because it has a wide variety of topics. They'll have like about 3-4 people on a show, and it'll be about some activity that like holidays in the church, something related to religion. Sometimes it's even just things that are general interests.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll kind of talk on that and talk on related subjects and discuss different things. And well, I picked them first because at the end of every episode, each person has their favorite thing.
Ooh.
And one of the priests was pointing out that he wasn't on last week's episode because the new Magic the Gathering cards came out and he had to go and get them. So that was his favorite thing.
Which father is this? Is this Corey Steaker?
I believe so.
Because priests are people too.
Yep.
Yes. And just, I'm like, I want to record that for the next time my mom's like, what are you guys playing that horrible game? Be like, this priest said it was worth skipping your work for.
Boom.
So how about you, Mike? Well, what's one of the podcasts that tickles your fancy?
Well, I'm going to go with what may seem to be a very obvious choice, but is still very worthwhile.
Okay.
The Word on Fire show.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, we here at the Popish Plot are avid consumers of Word on Fire material.
Yes, we are.
And in general, yes, we tend to focus on people who are more on the DIY level, just the common folk out there. But the Archbishop of the Internet is doing very good work.
He is.
And I have learned quite a bit about the faith from listening to Bishop Barron, from watching his YouTube videos, and listening to the Word on Fire show.
That is an unofficial title, by the way, Archbishop of the Internet. He is actually just the auxiliary bishop for the Los Angeles Diocese.
Yes.
I don't know, because it could be like how technically the Bishop of Orlando, Florida is also the Bishop of the Moon because we landed on the moon from there, where, Silicon Valley is probably in his diocese.
No, actually it's not.
No, it's not.
It's
nowhere near.
it's very far away.
Completely different part of California.
Yeah.
California is very big.
It's very big,
It's
and
enormous.
Silicon Valley is very far from Los Angeles.
California is so big that
Okay.
the state has 2 archdioceses. Well, most states only have 1.
If.
It's enormous. Yeah, some are clustered with other states. Anyway,
All right,
so they cover
he
a
didn't
wide...
get off like the moon, where he'd be like, technically.
Well, and he may one day be officially the Archbishop of the Internet. Right now, it's just a nickname.
Yes.
But they cover a wide variety of topics, and especially they propose something that I've come to embrace recent years, a rejection of the dumbed-down Catholicism in which I was raised.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's embrace the intellectual tradition of the Church.
And that is something Bishop Barron is very good for. He does, when it comes to talking about the faith, he does not pull punches. He's willing to go and use the big words and explain the big words if needs be.
Well, that's because if he's lifting those big words, it's going to help on the gun show.
Bishop Biceps.
Yes. Yes, it probably...
That's probably like a third of his workout. Just big Latin terms.
All those $10 words, all those $10 words probably help his regular daily workouts. But it's a I also listen to that program. I really enjoy it.
Well, and I also listen to the Council of Trent and really enjoy it. It's a virtuous cycle.
Exactly.
So, the Armchair Catholic. Let's talk. The Council of Trent and the Word on Fire show. The first 4 of our top 10 Catholic podcasts. Comment below about your favorite Catholic podcast. Maybe you could recommend one that we haven't heard about, but that we would enjoy greatly.
Yes.
Maybe you could endorse the idea of us doing a Popish plot podcast, and perhaps offer to fund said podcast.
We're always looking for encouragement.
I'm not
especially
editing that one.
if it means us getting in trouble. I will edit that one if it comes to it.
Subscribe to our channel, ring the bell so that you'll be notified when tomorrow's episode comes out, and until tomorrow, because vLent is relentless, remember to... Nate?
Oh, yes. Live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share
Share
that
that
love.
Sorry, got lost in a train of thought.
It's all good.
I climbed on the train and forgot I didn't even have a ticket.